Aquí estamos. Espero que la disfruten. Janette Marquez.
My name is Janette Marquez, and I am a singer of basically anything you'd like me to infuse with opera. It has been really fun, this experience. I've sung a lot in the Dominican Republic. I've sung in their theaters. I've sung here in the United States. But when those curtains open, it's a reflecting point for me. When I get up there, I have to reflect in order to be calm and serene. I have glaucoma, which means that I am legally blind. I was born in New York City. I was born with what is called congenital glaucoma. Right now, I am legally blind, which means I'm in borderline, so I'm in and out of that realm. My vision has changed. It keeps changing, so that's made life a lot harder because I've had to deal with a lot of different situations.
It's something of a mystery to some degree because nobody knows exactly what it is. We know it's a condition that causes blindness, and we know it's associated with intraocular pressure. So like anything can have pressure, a ball can have pressure, a balloon, a tire, an eyeball has pressure. And there's a normal range for that pressure between, it's millimeters of mercury, just like your barometer. It's between about 8 and about 25 or so. So in that range, you're generally good, you're never gonna have a problem. But if you're above that for a long period of time, you end up with glaucoma.
Fue algo instantáneo cuando Janette nació. Podría decir que yo tenía, ya había un historial en la familia de glaucoma, que era el sobrino de mi esposo, y no sé por qué, yo sentía algún presentimiento, pero no sé por qué. Cuando la niña nace, fue un parto natural, y los médicos toman la niña en las manos, yo le dije al médico, yo creo que no le habían cortado ni siquiera el cordón umbilical, y yo le digo al médico, chequéenle los ojos a la niña. Entonces el médico me dice, pero ¿por qué tú dices eso? Y yo le dije, yo quiero que le chequen los ojos a la niña. Ellos insistían que por qué. Después que yo vi la niña, le dije, yo no le veo que la niña tiene brillo en los ojos.
Since I was a kid, I remember I started when I was 9, and yes, people would say, oh, you're a great singer, you can sing. But I wasn't so attached to the idea of becoming a musician. It wasn't something I had in mind until I actually went to music school. I've had multiple surgeries, and it's been hard balancing those things out. My adolescent years were very inconsistent with my health, and I had surgery, and the consequences were that I would have a retinal detachment, and it happened. I had the retinal detachment, and I lost a lot of my vision in my left eye, and I couldn't see from that eye as much anymore. Now it's all blurs and shadows. But I had a great family to support me, and I got through, and it's been a long journey with that. And then senior year, I decided that I wanted to go to music school. Well, I always knew, but for some reason, I wasn't so attached to the idea of being a classical singer. That was not something I aspired to do very early. I wanted to be a jazz artist. That was my dream, that was my focus, because I admired a very famous Dominican artist named Juan Luis Guerra, who took jazz and basically made a fusion with merengue, bachata, all the tropical genres, and infused it all together and made the guy he is today. And I admired that. I admired that someone, for the first time, took our culture and our roots and who we are and made it into something so incredible and so big in the Latin world. It's huge. And I wanted to do that. And I remember reading that he went to Berkeley, and that was my dream since I was a little girl. And so I wanted to go there, but my voice teacher said, no, you're not going there. I want you to go into classical singing. And she gave me a list of schools she wanted me to apply. One of them was Westminster. And I was scared because I said, me sing opera? I don't know. I was very scared. I mean, this is not where I thought I would be. But I'm glad I am, because I've grown to the idea, and I'm actually in love with the idea, because classical singing is so rich. As I mentioned before, I had a really rough childhood just because I had something that was physical, and it made it hard for people to understand, because when you're blind, you can't see. So it makes it easier for people to understand you can't see a thing. But when you're legally blind, you have what is tunnel vision. So you have some vision, but it's not enough. And it's so hard for people to understand that. And it was hard to cope, because I knew that I could do more than what people thought that I could do, because it was really hard. And when you have any physical disability or disadvantage, for some reason people want to associate it with some mental disability or retardation. And I mean, it's not true. I didn't have any mental disability. It was visual, but it was hard. It was really hard for teachers to understand. And I started going to music school. At this time, I was studying abroad in the Dominican Republic. And that changed my life. It really did, because it brought confidence, and it made me understand that I didn't have my eyes, but that I had my ears. And there I knew that music was not just a talent or a gift that was given to me, but it was my medicine. It was my stability, it was my companion, because I was also bullied a lot. And it became somewhat of a companion, a friend. I'd say it became like this other world that I can come and go whenever I need it to.
Ella ha sido muy luchadora, ha sido muy independiente, muy segura de lo que quiere, y ha librado una batalla muy grande. O está librando una batalla muy grande, porque yo sé que le queda mucho grandes cosas por hacer. Yo soy muy creyente y solo creo que Dios la va a llevar donde Él quiera que ella esté. Ella tiene una fuerza muy grande y un deseo. Su fuerza la va a llevar lejos, pero la decisión yo sé que está en las manos de Dios.
Well, hopefully graduated. I don't know. And the reason why I respond with that is because I've learned to not plan. Whenever in adolescence, I had trouble with the concept of planning, because I wanted to plan. I wanted to be a planner and say, well, when I graduate high school, I want to do this. But the circumstances that I've been have made me not plan, have made me just hope for the best and keep on fighting and battling and picking my battles, and what I do next and what I'll do next just comes up and I just do it and fight through it. When you plan, sometimes it just, you don't know. In my case, I'm a perfectionist and I don't know how to deal with, if that plan goes wrong, what will I do? So I tend to not plan. I tend to just move on. When you have lemons, make lemonade. So I do that. I make lemonade out of everything. And the battles I can't win, I just have to know that I tried. But I never go with the mentality that I'm always going to win. I just go with it as I have to give it my best shot and hope for the best.